Hi, welcome back to Investor Insights, and in this video I want to tell you a personal experience I've had with trying to select a managed investment. When I first started looking at making some investments, this was in the last millennium, I didn't have a clue. And I didn't know too much about shares, although I knew that investing in shares over the long term was going to be the best, most liquid investment that I could make. And given the history of stocks as an asset class, I knew that it was going to outperform everything that was out there. So I went online and I looked at the various managed investments that was out there. I looked at the Colonial Mutual managed funds. I looked at all sorts of managed investments, and I really didn't know how to differentiate one from the other. So when it came to picking one, the choice was easy. I just looked at whoever had the best, 5-year performance, best 3-year performance, best 1-year performance. You just picked out the highest performing one, and it was going to be good. Well, it turns out the best performing was one that was called the Colonial First State Geared Shared Fund. So this was a managed investment that was levered basically 2 to 1. And off the top of my head, I think it's past 5-year performance up to the year 2000. I think it was about 15% every year, something along those lines. So I picked it. Then tech rate came, and man, it was an expensive lesson. That's when I learned about leverage. I learned about market downturns. I learned about PEs. And it was a bloody painful experience. But they were little investments. So I'd rather take a lesson that was pretty inexpensive in today's money, rather than to go all in with a large sum and learn the hard way. And that's what all novices and beginners should do. You should just jump in at the shallow end. I'm not telling you to learn by losing money, but the best lessons are usually the expensive ones. Because if it didn't cost you anything, you're not going to learn a thing out of it. But I was a quick learner. And from that experience, I learned to do a lot more research. I've also learned that past performance is not an indication of future performance. How true that is. And it's in every little bit of fine print that's out there, and it was the first thing I should have paid attention to. And certainly past performance is certainly not one consideration that you should have when looking at an investment. Because times change, things change, circumstances change, management might change, the whole investing environment could change. Imagine buying something a few months before tech wreck, getting crushed. Well, I learned something, and I hope that with the impending crash, you're going to learn something too. And I hope this lesson is not going to be too expensive.